Today I received my Mikuni rubber flanges. They are Mikuni part number, looks like FKHS004. I bought these from Purdy Power Sports out of Texas. And I've already checked. They do fit very well with my VM38 carburetors. There's the rubber detent inside here that will fit right in here. I'm not going to unloosen them right now. But what I am going to try is to make sure they fit the flanges or the carb intakes. These cylinders have been aggressively ported. 1 second here. Long bolts. So this is a 38, and if you look at it against the size of the, whoops, I'm bouncing the camera. Sorry about that. If you look at that against the size of the hole here, it's going to be quite a bit different. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. It might improve it. Who knows? If I throw one screw in here, take the other one out, we'll see how that works. Why is my camera bouncing? Ah, the leg of the tripod is against the sled stand, so I'll fix that in a minute. Alright, I'm definitely going to have to do something with my camera stand. I just bought that and it is way too flimsy. So I'm just going to snug these down. The spacers fit perfectly. I've got two different bolts in there on this cylinder. The bolt holes, they're threaded underneath there. I believe they're M8s. It turns out that this particular cylinder head, I never noticed it before. These threads are egged out a little bit. They're good. These are threaded all the way through to the back here. I can get my finger around behind them, so if I need to, I could put a longer bolt on and a bolt through and a nut. These are flange head bolts. These are originally there. I didn't have 4 of them, so I grabbed a couple of just regular hex heads and threw some washers. These these are actually KHS004 Mikunis. These I bought from the Power Sports place through Amazon, and they are advertised as Harley Davidson compatible. So the nice thing about them is the holes here and here are 75 millimeters center to center, but they're slotted. So that gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Hope I don't bump the camera here. But let me find a screwdriver. Alright, I'm going to go on the far side here. Loosen this one up. It is already loose a little bit, I guess. Might as well do them both. Make them loose enough so I can put the carbs in just to see what it looks like. Like I said, I've had this sled in progress since I think 2005 or something. A friend of mine, if he watches this, he should comment because he's been giving me crap about it for at least 10 years. Again, these are factory takeoff Mikunis. I don't know what they came off. I got them from a friend of mine locally here. What I like about them is they have the little choke lever per carb. I think that's kind of slick. But I'll go in, I can feel them hit the detent, just walk them around. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like. I'll probably get them straightened up here a little bit. Tighten them down. I still have to get the cable to do the equal pulling on the VM carbs in there. These are still loose pretty well. I haven't gone through these. I don't know what jets are in them. They're probably fine to start with, and being out like this, they're going to be super easy to take on and off. So that's what that's going to look like. I believe this engine is good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'll pull the spark plugs out of the top, and I'm going to unbox and take a quick look at my Hewtech Electronics CDI box. So that will be next, and let me get it out of the box here. Well, welcome to the other side of the engine. What I've got here is an original CDI box. It is no good, so that one is going to go away. And what I have here is the Hewtech, what do they call it, the Yamaha SX CDI. It is a Fireplug is what they call the product. Got it from CDIbox.com. I got the business card from Scott Hewtech, who is the owner of the company, I'm assuming. Looks like it's well made. It's got a nice metal box on here. It's potted inside, so that's good. Got a mounting plate to it. I did notice when I pulled this off here, I can get it down in here and line up the first hole here, the spacing on the holes is not the same. If you looked at the original CDI box, which I now don't have in my hand, the holes do line up corner to corner, so maybe I'll make a little plate or something and fit that in here. That won't be today, but what I wanted to look at was some of the connectors. Obviously, of course I dropped the piece of paper. Hang on one second. All right, so they show on the drawing the orange and gray together. That's these two. So we got the gray is for the coil and the orange is for the coil. The black, I don't know where that goes yet. It goes to the stator harness. Okay. And then over here we have these two, which go to either of the connectors down there at the bottom, and the, let's see here, the purple wire. Where's the purple wire? It says purple goes to the kill switch. So I'll have to figure out which one he thinks is purple, because there's nothing that's purple here. There's a blue, a brown, a red, a black, and a white over here. So the black, this all goes, oh, I'm not even showing you the right place. Sorry about that. These go to the stator harness. So it looks like the orange and the gray go to the coil, and this is black with a white stripe, which he calls purple, or the document calls purple. Then there's this one, which will go directly to ground. So we'll put that together. I'm not going to film me trying to struggle to put it in here, but the next thing you will see is probably the attempt to see if I have some spark. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the CDI box screwed in, grounded. I don't know if I have a good ground to the engine case through the frame. I think I do. I don't have the mounting bolts in yet, so if this gives me problems, I'll take a look at that. But I got the ground tied off pretty well down here as per the instructions. The colors matched for the coils. Everything looks good. I put obviously you can see the spark plugs right here. And I dropped something, that's right. So let's give it a pull. I have not done this yet, so I hope it works. I was seeing sparks. I'm watching this on the monitor on my phone as I film it remotely from my GoPro, so I'm not exactly sure I'm seeing things in exact real time. I will take a look at the video later, but I'm seeing spark on both sides. The double pulsar, that must be right. That's cool. I got carbs, I have spark, I have everything put together. I don't have fuel yet. I'm using I don't know if you can see this kind of back here. I have a plastic gas tank. It's off of an early Arctic Z. It's a nice low profile tank. I thought that would fit better. Let me get some better light on here again. So I am pretty pleased with that. It has been a long time coming. Thank you, Hewtech Electronics. I have tried to fix a couple of CDIs in my day, and they never seem to last. I can get them to work, but they end up being junk very, very soon afterwards. So I'm trusting that this is going to be the ticket. This is I figured out what it was. The white and black one goes up to the kill switch. So I will do something there. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do with brakes. I got you can see it here. Can't really see it. Let me move the camera. I'll be right back. All right, I have two options for brakes. What I've got mounted up here now are the original brakes that came with the sled. They're just mechanical, pinches on this tiny little rotor here. It should work. just fine. It's supposed to be an ice drag sled, so I don't need a lot of brakes. One thing I did find on a website a while back, many years ago, is that people were using these Willwood calipers. You're putting hydraulic brakes on them. I'd have to make a bracket here to mount the screws up. But these are good brakes. And I got the whole setup here for a few bucks off of eBay. Oh, it's many years ago now. But this is out of, I think, a 2001 Arctic Cat ZL or ZR. I don't remember which one. But it works. I've tried it a bunch of times. It obviously needs to be cleaned up and then the correct bracket made so it'll fit here and align to the disc. But haven't decided if I want to go through all the trouble to do that. As I was looking at here, cables go over here, and I have the master cylinder hanging off. Everything needs to be rebuilt. It is still working. It's not leaking. I've had it on the shelf probably for 10 years or better. But that's to do. I got to figure out a way to mount down the fuel tank. Got the Yamaha strap. It's too long, and the Yamaha straps mount back here. I have a Rupp seat on it. I kind of like it. It's low profile. I bought it from a friend of mine. Like I mentioned before, these snaps are just a little bit too short, these flaps here. So in order to make them work, I'd have to drill like right on the edge here on the corner, and I don't really want to do that. So what I might do is just tuck them under. I think what I'll do is just Velcro it down for now. From a strap perspective for the Arctic Cat tank, it's a wide band here, and I have room on both sides. I figured out I could drill a hole on either side, put a stud up through the bottom and a wing nut on top or something like that. Although it's never going to probably come off, so I could probably just screw it down to the bulkhead here, and that would hold it in place. I liked it because it's got the filler back away from the handlebars and stuff. You turn the skis the other way, you got plenty of room to put gas in it. Like I said, it's not supposed to be a long distance trail sled. It's supposed to be an ice dragger, so people don't generally put a lot of fuel in them. There's a hole in the top right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. No, it's behind the caliper I'm holding up. So this is where the fuel is going to come out or be siphoned out. I have a siphon device, and I've got a set of SRX fuel pumps to put on here, one for each carburetor. So we're making progress. I think this is good. That's going to be enough for today, but I'll put this video together. Oh, the other thing I will show you is the pipes. Give me a second. So my pipes I scored big time a few years ago. I got these at a swap meet. I think it was in Princeburg, Minnesota. I don't know if they're the exact same pipes for this engine, but they're going to work for what I want it to do. These are AN pipes. They're expensive, new. These don't look like they've been used much. They just had surface rust, so I scuffed them up a little bit. I'm going to powder coat them or something, or not, maybe not powder coat, ceramic coat them or something to make them look a little better. That's a winter project. Or I'll just paint them black with some muffler paint and wrap them so they retain heat. I know that's, some people do that, some people don't. I'm not going to run it enough to really make that be a big difference. I have some issues down here with probably the stingers. I may have to cut or bend or something. If I bent them down, they'd go through the original hole down there. But it'll take a little bit of finagling to get that figured out. Other than that, it's actually getting pretty close. I think we should be able to pull a rope this winter and scoot it around the yard. I do have some pretty gnarly ice picks on the track. I'll show you that next. I think those will probably have to just come off or something. I don't need them, and certainly to get in on and off my yard, there's streets, and ice picks on tar just don't really mix. So we'll figure that out later on. So the last thing I'll show you today, like I said, is the ice pick studs. So they're fairly sharp. I got a ice cream pail full of 100 of them, I think, at a swap meet for 20 bucks. I have no idea where or when that was. It was a long time ago. The suspension I'm kind of proud of. I took this completely down, cleaned every part, sandblasted them, painted them, clear coated them, all new bearings, all new everything. So this is a very, very good suspension. It's a little heavier. It's an Exciter suspension. It's the original one out of this sled, so it'll do the job. And I spent a ton of time and money doing it just because I hadn't done it before. I had done suspensions before, but I thought, well, I'll take my time on this one. Like I said, these will probably come off or something put in place of them, because they're way too pointy for, you know, trying to go across anything other than ice. But I re-clipped the track too, so everything is just like brand new Hewtechs, etc. So anyway, that's enough for today. Thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a like, all that stuff. I don't do it for money, and it really gives me a lot of satisfaction to do this stuff. And if people like it, I would really like to see comments. If you disagree with something I'm doing, if you like what I'm doing, you have suggestions or comments, or you've done something different, please let me know. More than willing to share anything I know, and I want to learn as well. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.